Despite a few successes, the early 2000s were a difficult period for the Finnish game industry. Risky investments in games were halted, and despite a promising start, mobile game development also ground to a halt. Publisher-driven PC and console game development was too challenging for most small game studios, and all in all, the situation was quite grim. Luckily, Nokia saw again a business opportunity in mobile games. Nokia was confident that its N-Gage PDA, launched in 2003, would change mobile game and therefore invested in the development of game content for the handset, including investment in Finnish companies and their games like Glimerati by Bugbear or Pathway to Glory by Redlings. Well, the N-Gage failed. The device was expensive to manufacture, clumsy to play, and games were distributed only in traditional brick-and-mortar stores. Still, the foundation for the mobile game ecosystem had been laid, and a number of new game studios were established in 2003 and 2005, including Sumea, later known as Digital Chocolate, Mr. Good Living and Universuma. Towards the end of 2000, the Finnish game industry ecosystem continued to grow steadily. What was once a hobby had finally transformed into a serious sector of its own. However, growth was relatively slow. The turnover of the game industry grew from around 40 million euros in 2004 to around 87 million euros in 2009. The slow growth is mostly explained by the value chain of the distribution of the games, which was functional but not very profitable for the game developer. But the change was coming. The digital distribution of games became the true driver of change in the game industry. Digital distribution first began on a PC platform, but later expanded to consoles and smartphones through Apple's App Store and Google Play. The new distribution methods represented a change in the balance of power within the industry. With digital distribution and app stores, game developers were able to reap 70% profits instead of former 15 to 25%. This made a huge difference, and Rovio's Angry Birds and its sequels were among the first to benefit from these new opportunities. As markets opened and international investors started to take interest and make investment in Finnish companies, the number of game studios blew up. The turnover of the industry almost doubled in just 2 years, from around 87 million euros in 2009 to 165 million euros in 2011.